Own carefree world. I only care about the things that matters to me, just like any normal teenagers here in Thailand. I want my own little world to be sugary sweet, devoid of problems, and of course, it should be perfect. And yet, I get a dose of reality every time I switch on the television. There you have it, served on the cold platter, the news. And then I realize that my own little world in this big world of ours isn't perfect after all. A recurring theme that I always watch in the news is the painful truth of global warming and climate change. The news anchors often mention about the need to find alternative and renewable sources of energy. Energy, the word that never crossed my mind. I never even wondered on how we get the sources of energy to power my flat iron every time I iron my hair, or the field that powers every single tuk-tuk that pollutes busy streets in Bangkok. I was disturbed of the images that were always shown of the possibilities of the climate change, and I feel that this change may directly affect everybody, regardless of who you are in this world, young and old. Al Gore spoke in his documentary, The Inconvenient Truth, about the prevention of global warming. And he stressed that one way of preventing of global warming is to do away of harmful traditional sources of energy, like the use of coal and petroleum. That we must find ways to cut carbon emissions and invest in clean, alternative, renewable sources of energy, like the use of what nature has provided us in the more responsible and environmentally friendly way. He's asking all the countries in the world to have a firm stand against global warming and pitch in creating more answers, just like renewable clean energy. I Googled renewable energy in Thailand, and Google came up with tons of information about this subject. And one of that is that our government just recently implemented an energy policy that would invest money of the creation of solar, wind, hydropower sources of energy, enough to supply 9.1% of Thailand. So the progress is slow, but it's a good start for our government to contribute in revitalizing this dying earth. But what about us, the people of Thailand? How can I, as a vocational student, contribute to the solution? I believe that a good awareness of renewable energy will help create better choices in whatever I do. It's important for young students like us to make change needed to help our environment. Instead of using motorcycle, we can use bicycle to commute, not to consume so much electricity at home, or support services and products that friendly to the environment. Renewable energy, the challenge for the future, the theme that doesn't talk about the science of clean energy, but it talks about the importance of educating the youth of today's problem and help us realize that we need to educate more ourselves about renewable energy. Wait a minute. Because we know that in the end of the day, we'll inherit this problem. And when the time comes, we'll have better and cleaner solutions. The challenge now is really for us to be aware of what is at stake and take part of newer ways in providing renewable energy that's clean, sustainable, and safe for a world that may become one day be perfect. The way that I once hoped to be. Thank you.